Some analysis on this. We are joined by Mohammad Al-Shami, political analyst and peace, conflict and security specialist. He's joining us from Washington, D.C. Mr. Shami, very good to have you with us on Al Jazeera. So what do you think is going on with these negotiations, with the U.S. Secretary of State saying one thing and the Yemeni foreign minister saying another? Where is the disconnect here?
First of all, thank you for having me. For me, I've seen it more of miscommunication because the decision of hostility, it started in April 10th, so it's not something new, and from the first time, it was something agreed by both Saudi, Emiratis, and Houthis at that time. Maybe that's why the government wasn't included, but maybe because the time now has changed, they wanted kind of to be notified before the things are going. The decision of hostility itself wasn't really agreement, rather than carry on with the things that happened in April, as I just mentioned. And I think it's more like reducing the rage of violence happening right now in order to start drawing a roadmap for what's supposed to be happening, which is either the peace agreement or starting to form a new policies and government.
There have been so many attempts so far now to find that roadmap to try and end the fighting. Why do you think none of them have succeeded, and what will it take?
So I think it's for two main reasons. One of the things is still like there is untrust. There is total untrust between all the conflicted parties. And this is what you can feel and see in all the previous dialogues. And also at the same time, the goals is kind of different. The different parties looking at their strength from different perspective, and they looking into different results. This is in general, but when we come to this session of hostility, the good thing of it started like a new good roadmaps, for example, the de-escalation and coordination committee, the reduce of violence at the borders, and the reduced number of the airstrikes by then. And I think this is why this is where the focus was right now, is to regain the de-escalation and coordination committee and reducing the violence.
And meanwhile, we know that the humanitarian situation remains absolutely dire. We are seeing pictures now of, children in hospitals. I mean, so much of the infrastructure in Yemen has been decimated, people suffering for 2 years now. Exactly.
I mean, unfortunately, this is one of the worst results. Yemen have been in crisis even before the whole conflict, and I'm talking about the conflict. It's even before the airstrikes happening. There have been like a series of problems that keep destroying the economy, and now everything was destroyed. One of the things that people would hope is with the reducing of violence, like for example, Sana'a airport will be open, maybe Hodeidah seaport, there will be more access for humanitarian organizations to work. But unfortunately, the clashes and also the infrastructures in Yemen are not really helping the humanitarian organizations to work in peaceful conditions, not to mention them being under continuous either shelling or strikes.
Political analyst and peace, conflict and security specialist Mohammad Al-Shami joining us from Washington, D.C. there. Thank you very much for your time. We appreciate it. Thank you.